Hey, my loves, welcome to Talk to Her Nice podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about dreaming big, giving ourselves permission to really believe that anything is possible, that anything that we have in our heart can come into our lives, and that there's no reason why we can't manifest these things. Dreaming big is giving yourself permission to be delusional. It's being unrealistic. It's allowing yourself to really call in the type of life that you want to have without limitation. And I love this because I think a lot of us for a long time kind of shunned our dreams. We felt like it wasn't going to be possible, or maybe we doubted ourselves, or maybe we let other people's opinions influence the life that we wanted to create for ourselves. Maybe we felt like it wasn't possible because other people thought we were crazy for saying we wanted whatever it is that we were calling into our life. But the thing about dreaming big is that it has nothing to do with other people. And what really encourages me is some of the creators that I look up to, some of the people who are successful, who've made it far in life, who didn't give a fuck about what anyone else had to say, who didn't care what negative thoughts others had about them. It's really inspiring. Dreaming big is absolutely 100% being delusional. It's believing in yourself. It's believing that even if the average person doesn't have the thing that you're wanting to have, that you stand out, you're different, that it doesn't matter what type of background you had, it doesn't matter what you have going on. If you believe in the thing that you want to have in your life, then it's going to come to you. And the thing about dreaming big is that it should make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's how you know you're dreaming big. And that's why I love the concept of putting yourself totally out there and having big dreams, because it's your life at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if other people believe in you or not. It's your life. So call in whatever type of life that you want to have. So let's talk about where we might be minimizing ourselves, because at the end of the day, we are influenced, whether it's the people we care about, our job, our environment, whatever. And sometimes, maybe more often than not, our dreams are jeopardized by the people around us and by our environment. And that can contribute to your inability to maybe manifest and truly call in that dream life. Or maybe it's just you. Maybe it's just the belief that you have about your dreams. Maybe you feel like you can't attain the thing that you want. And so for us to really dream big and have everything that we want in life, we have to recognize, are we minimizing ourselves? Are we jeopardizing ourselves? Are we self-sabotaging? Where is that showing up in our life? The biggest place to start with this is thinking about, what are your dreams? Like, let's just identify, what type of life do we want to call in? Maybe you're someone who you really want to manifest love into your life. Like, part of you dreaming big is being in a marriage, being in a relationship, having a family. But then a way you might minimize yourself is by settling when you're dating. It might be settling with someone who flirts with others. So it's just all about, what is it that you really want? But that you have to be honest with yourself. Are you minimizing yourself, or are you not holding yourself to that high standard? Another thing that I think we need to talk about is addressing some of our limiting beliefs, because maybe you have these big dreams and you're crystal clear. You know exactly what you want to call into your life, but then you doubt that it's going to happen. Like, you have the feeling in your heart that you know you deserve what you want to call into your life, but deep down, you're like, it's not going to happen. Like, why would it happen for someone like me? I'm just a regular person. Extravagant things don't happen to regular people. Like, maybe you have some major negative self-talk and doubts towards attracting the things you want to attract. That's not something you can ignore. For us to honestly call in the type of life we want to have, we have to address any limiting belief that comes with that dream that we want to bring into fruition. So whatever limiting belief you have, honestly, you can't just shrug it under the rug. You have to address it. So what makes you think you can't call in your dream life? Why do you think that something as amazing as what you have in your mind for your life can't happen in real life? What makes it so out of reach for you? Once you can address those limiting beliefs and where they stem from, maybe it was someone from the past who told you, oh, you can never have this, or love doesn't exist, true love doesn't exist, or money is bad, or it's hard to be an entrepreneur, you can't be your own boss. Or even for me, hearing all the time online from content creators, so hard to get to 10,000 subscribers, it's so hard to get to 10,000 followers. The more negativity you consume at one point or another about the thing that you want, or about the thing that's calling to you, the more that it almost separates you even further and further And the way that you bridge that gap is through addressing the limiting beliefs. So make sure that you spend the time to, whether it's journal or just reflect on, why do I feel like I can't have the things that I want in my life? What makes me think that I'm unworthy? And yeah, those are tough questions you have to ask yourself, but you get your power back and you give yourself liberation and freedom when you can tackle some of those difficult things. Something else that I wanted to mention is the topic of whether your dreams are big enough or if they're too small. Because that's another thing that I find keeps us stuck. That's something that definitely kept your girl stuck for a minute, is not having big enough dreams. And it's interesting, right? Because you can sit there and say, like, let me give you guys an example with my podcast. For a while, I was like, oh, you know what? If I get like 5 listeners a week, I'll be happy. Like 5 listeners a week is more than enough. And for a while, that's all that I had. My podcast was averaging like 5 listens per week. And, for a minute, I was like, okay, cool, great. I have manifested what I wanted. But I'm minimizing myself. I was minimizing myself when I was doing that. I need to make my dreams so big that they make me uncomfortable. And so at the beginning of this year, I said, okay, I want to have 10 listens per week. But I checked that pretty quickly. I went from 10 to like, you know what? No, I need to be like at 50. 50 listens per week is a point where I feel like it makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but not in a bad way. It's like in the sense that, well, how am I going to go from 5 listens a week to 50 listens per week? That feels like a big enough bridge where it's like, is it possible? But that's where you need to be delusional. Your dreams aren't big enough if there's no delusion that goes into it. If there's no sense of, wait a minute, can I do that? And not in the way of doubting yourself. So I started saying, you know what? I just have to have like 50 listens per week. Like my podcast should be getting over 200 downloads a month, period. And I've been noticing my podcast stats are like over 25 per week, which, yeah, granted, it's not 50 yet, but we went from 5 to 25 in a matter of like 6 months. So for me, that's major progress. So think about what you believe is your biggest dream that you want to manifest in your life and ask yourself, is this actually big enough? And the way that you know it's big enough is, does it make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? On the scale of being really delusional to being totally realistic, ask yourself, where do I fall? You want to be more on the delusional side. If you're still hanging out on the realistic side, then that's how you know I'm not dreaming big enough. Because most people in life are going to tell you to be realistic. You don't want to have the same basic life that the average person is going to have. So whatever dream you have, be on the delusional side more than anything. So I have some affirmations for us, and then we're going to close out with the thought-provoking question, which is going to be your homework assignment for today. These affirmations are going to all be about just believing in ourselves, giving ourselves permission to dream big, and really putting ourselves in that energy of, you know what? I'm allowed to have these big dreams. I know that they're going to happen as long as I believe that they're going to happen, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything influence the life that I want to create for myself. Okay. So I have 5 affirmations for us. You can place your hand over your heart if you want to. That's how I like to say my affirmations, because I just feel like I connect with them deeper when I do. And you can say these affirmations out loud or repeat them inside your head, however you want. I'm going to say them one time and then I'm going to give you all a second to repeat them. And before we say these, I just want you to put yourself in that mental space of declaring the words that we're about to say. I want you to really tap into your higher self and believe and feel and trust that the words that you're about to say to yourself are your truth. You are speaking your truth, okay? I give myself permission to dream big. Everything I desire is coming to me. Anything and everything is possible. Nothing and no one is in my way. It is my right to create the life I desire. All right, my love, read those affirmations in, own those affirmations. Those are your truth. No one is going to get in your way of creating your dream life. You're not going to get in your own way. You're not going to self-sabotage. You're going to dream big. You're going to dream so hard and so delusional. It's going to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but that's how you know you're exactly where you're supposed to be and you're on the right track. I believe in you. I hope you believe in yourself. And we're going to end with our thought-provoking question. This is your homework assignment, so I would love it for y'all to either journal about this or Share it with a friend. It could be like a conversation you spark up with someone you trust, or it could just be something that you sit in your room and you just reflect on it. If you could have it all, and I mean everything, if you could have the dream life, everything that you're looking for to happen, what would that look like? I encourage you to remove your ego from this question, because the first thing that might come up for you might be, how's that going to happen? I don't have the money to make that happen. Or how am I going to move to get to the place to make that happen? Whatever. Remove your ego. So don't think about how it's going to happen. Don't think about when it's going to happen. Don't think about who you need to connect with to make it happen. I just want you to ask yourself that question. If you could have it all, what would that look like? I would love to hear from you guys. So if you feel comfortable sharing with me, you can reach out to me on TikTok, on Instagram. You can text the podcast. I always love to hear from y'all. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I will see you in the next episode. Love you guys. Bye.